All right, boom, 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 boom. Wanted to make sure we were starting on time. Wanted to make sure we were starting on time. Hold on. I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna do it tonight. Go live real quick for a second on YouTube, on Facebook. Oh, not Facebook, on Twitter. On live right now. Let me take the picture. Somebody wanted a link. Let me drop the link. But before we get into all that, I gotta properly greet you all. What's good? Back again, another day. It's your boy, the Curtis York, and welcome to Yorktown, baby. It is going down in Yorktown. We are live tonight, live and in the flesh, and we are doing live until 500, which, as you know, we are going live every single night until we hit 500 subscribers, which is actually getting much, much, much closer. We are currently 22 subscribers away from that magical number of 500. So, shout out to all of the new citizens of Yorktown. Shout out to all of the OG Yorktown citizens. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. And, we're going to do it a little different tonight. I'm going to definitely open up the floor. If you want to get in here and go live and join in with me, just let me know. I've had a couple people already request the link. So I'm going to be sending that out. If they want to pop up, we got my guy Superfly Kicks in the building, the big homie. Shout out to my guy, Superfly Kicks. Welcome back, man. It's been a long 2024 without you, my guy. I know you've been promoting the other channel, so it's cool to see you back on the OG channel. And congratulations again, my guy. That's definitely huge news, man. It's beautiful things, man. Much blessings and positivity to my guy, Superfly Kicks, man. Appreciate you stepping in. We got my guy Rich in the building. Get that money now. Shout out to my guy Rich Burns, man. What's going on? What's going on? We we going somewhere tonight, man. We talking about this myth of black men being intimidated by the strong black woman. Let me see. Now, usually I try my hardest to stay away from relationship topics, bro. Like I hate it. I hate it. It's too many people out here talking about relationships and dating and the whole nine, and I'm just over it, bro. I think that is a tired topic, and everybody is only saying inflammatory stuff just to get attention. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff isn't true, it's inaccurate, and that's just not the world that we live in. Now, let me see. Y'all, also, I gotta warn y'all, disclaimer. I am by myself with the kids again tonight. So if I step out, it's because one out of the two is crying. And so I'm probably gonna have to go see what's going on. Um, and more than likely it's probably gonna be my daughter because for some reason she doesn't like to sleep at night. So with that being said, I'm gonna send out the link. We had our first troll earlier this week, I want to say. So we not doing the troll thing no more. If you want to get on, then I will send you the link in an undisclosed location, aka I have to send it to you on a Facebook or a DM or something like that, so the trolls don't just pop up and waste our time. Because the last time, I think we lost a good 10, 15 minutes messing around with a troll. So we not gonna play that game tonight. But I definitely do want to open up the floor because my inbox was booming earlier today on IG. Um, just based on a comment that I saw. Okay, I think we good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me tell y'all again. Just disregard the pauses. If I pause, it's because I'm listening out just to make sure that I don't hear no crying. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for real, a troll dude popped up saying that his name was Smokey. And he like, Smokey, that's weird. Sounds very familiar. And he was like, yeah, Smokey from Friday, man. I'm like, okay. And so he just sat up here and acted like his microphone wasn't working and we couldn't hear him. And he was literally just wasting time. And my guy did manage to get like 10 minutes of time wasted. So I gotta give him credit. Like his trolling was A1. He had some elite level trolling. Like that was some um troll game that I didn't even see before. So he got me good. I knew he was trolling when he was like, "Yeah, man, how do y'all feel about Day Day?" And I'm like, "Day Day, bro? Why are we talking about Day Day?" Like, so yeah, we got our first troll, man. It's crazy. I thought I would have at least had way more followers before the trolls started popping up, but you never know. Um, Let me see. Yeah, I believe baby girl is crying. I guess I'm gonna have a special guest tonight, y'all, outside of every so I'm gonna send out the link to a couple people and I might just have to go get her, bro. Hey, shout out to my guy Mike over at MNTV Family. Make sure y'all check him out, man. He does really good content, man. Him and his family, the whole nine. Definitely appreciate you pulling up, Mike. It's good to see you as always, my guy. Welcome to the night show, man. Sometimes it just goes off the rails and it gets crazy. Sometimes it's pretty chill. I think tonight is going to be a definitely interesting one once it starts picking up. Yeah, it's like I know she's up, but I'm just waiting to see if she's gonna go back to sleep or not. Um, Anyways, y'all. So there's a video that's circulating around from the lady Ebony K. Williams, and if you aren't familiar with Ebony K. Williams, she is a lawyer apparently, and she was on um one of the reality shows at one point in time. Let me see. Viral again because this time she wouldn't date a bus. Um, she went viral for that, and then I saw that she popped up recently. Real House. She was looking at. Um, she went viral because she said basically want women with credentials and women that have stuff going on for them, basically. And I'm paraphrasing. Hold on, let me go get my daughter. All right, y'all. I'm back. My bad. I had to grab baby girl because she is just determined that she's not going to sleep. So she's going to be on the live with us tonight, man. So for those of you who don't know, let me show y'all Ebony K. Woman Williams. Um, beautiful woman, by the way. No shade to her or anything like that. But we definitely got to get into comments that she just so happens to make very often, which, at this point, I'm wondering if she d- does this just for the attention. But this is Ebony K. Williams, y'all. This is Ebony K. Williams. Like I said, very attractive woman, man. Very attractive woman. So So she's lately been going viral for constantly saying things just about dating, but what's up, baby? But she doesn't really have a man, apparently. She's just out here, bro. So a lot of the stuff that she speaks on, you kind of well, not even kinda, you have to take with a grain of salt because, she doesn't have any skin in the game. She's not dating. Um, and it's always weird when you have people that aren't in relationships talking about relationships. So hold on real quick. Let me make this announcement. Oh no, I ain't gonna do it live. Yeah, no. Let everybody on Instagram know because they keep asking. Let me do that real quick. What's up, girl? No, we're not about to do that. I'm gonna kick you out. Yeah, so we going live right now. If you want to join, then click the link. We are currently on YouTube right now. It's going up. We're talking about this black men being intimidated by black women and all this good stuff. So come on in if you're trying to watch it. Or if you want to join in. I'm giving out the link. So if you want to go live and you want to get on the camera, you're not afraid, pull up. We outside. All right. So yeah, had to get that out the way. But yeah, man. So basically, Ebony K. Williams is a good looking woman for her age. She's in her and she's from that generation. They never got married. Let me see. What did Rich say? I think Rich just dropped some game. That's the nonsense content that's poisoning people's mind about relationships. Right, dog. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even like talking about relationships because, I feel like I'm not a dating coach. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a dating guru. I'm none of the above. Um, so I don't really like talking about dating, but I think that dating um, is very important. And like I said the other night, we as content creators, we have certain responsibilities. And with those responsibilities, we have to, make sure that when narratives get out there, we have to address them and make sure that we're, correcting the energy that's out there. So, while she's sitting up here talking about black men not wanting, let me see. I think I can play the actual clip without getting a copyright strike. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Hold on. Listen again. And let me say this because this is just how crazy. Like the craziest thing out of what I took from that is, what I'm saying, just the low what's the word I want to use? Just the low expectation of men. As if, a man goes to law school or a man goes to medical school or, a man goes to business school for the purpose of being, just waving his finger and yelling at his woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it just sounds so crazy when you break down what she's saying. But ultimately, here's the thing, you know, men don't have a problem with women that have degrees. Men don't have a problem with women that own businesses. Men don't have problems with women that are um managers or anything like that. It's literally nonsense. It's nonsense. It does not make sense. Like the actual definition of the word nonsense is literally what she's spewing because it just sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the deal. I'm gonna keep it 100. yes, men don't like women with degrees, but there's a specific type of women that men don't like that have degrees. It's the ones that are stubborn, it's the ones that don't wanna listen, it's the ones that, and when I say listen, I don't mean, "Yo, woman, you sit down," and it's like some caveman stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. It's like there's certain women out here and there's certain men. It's people. It's a people thing. And that's the issue. First of all, we got to say that, because men and women are the same. There are some stubborn men out here that if you tell them, yo, that branch is about to fall. Don't stand under that tree or it's gonna fall. Man, that branch ain't gonna fall on me. You know what I'm saying? I got on a hard hat. I'm gonna be all right. That branch ain't gonna touch me. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of people. It's not just a woman thing. Now I'll say women are actually worse at it because usually if you just break it down to a man, like, hey, if that tree falls on you, you might have on a hard hat, but understand that branch is very thick and it weighs a lot. And if it falls on your head, at the very best case scenario, you'll get a concussion. You know what I'm saying? The man will be like, all right, man, I understand. You have a valid point. A man that, what I'm saying, of course you have people that you just can't reach no matter what you do. Those exist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not discounting that at all. But for the most part, a logical, reasonable man, you can explain something to him and he'll get it. But there's a certain class of women, and again, it's people, but specifically based on this situation, we're talking about those women that no matter what you say, they're gonna go back and forth with you. It doesn't matter. You can be right. You know what I'm saying? You could tell them, you can pull up the paperwork, you can tell them, what I'm saying, that you're certified, you got this, that, and that. And they just don't want to hear it. And those are the type of women that no man wants to deal with. And that's just the reality of the situation. You have a lot of women that get degrees and they think that because they have a degree or, what I'm saying, they run a business and they're a boss babe or whatever the case may be. They think that, what I'm saying, they're just impervious to everything. Y'all, I thought my other one woke up. Bruh, if both my kids woke up tonight, man, I had to kill the whole show. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like people out here, man, they don't want to listen. They don't want to take solid practical advice. They just want to do their own thing. And then when they bump their head constantly, instead of looking at themselves and figuring out what they're doing wrong, why, what I'm saying, that no man wants to talk to them specifically because we got to keep it 100. There's a lot of female doctors that are married. There's a lot of female business owners that are married. The lady, let me show y'all something because I don't like to just say stuff. I like to pull up. What's the lady? The owner of Spanx. What's her name? Sarah Blankley. Sarah Blankley. This lady is like with the B, not an M, not just your little box. She's a billionaire with the B. Because I want to make sure I'm not giving bad information. Let me verify. Sarah Blankley is a millionaire. Let me see. Network. Let me see. Come on. Sarah Blankley, 93rd most powerful woman in the world. Um, Let me see. I should have just looked up. Okay. 1.3 billion. She's a billionaire. She's a billionaire, bro. So she's a billionaire and she married this nerdy looking white dude who has nowhere near as much money as her. Look at this guy, Jesse Isler. And no disrespect. I'm not, he's doing all right. He's good, but he doesn't have as much money as her. And he definitely didn't have as much money as her when they met. You know what I'm saying? He married her in 2008. So, anyways, I'm saying this, y'all, because, you know, other groups don't have this problem where, you know what I'm saying, men are intimidated and they're scared and whoop de whoop de whoop. You really only hear that coming from one group. Why is that, bro? What is that? You know what I'm saying? Is it that the men are inferior? Is it just that those men don't want to deal with those women? Black men don't want white black women with degrees and stuff? That's not the case because black men, other groups get married more than black women. Now, I'm not here to bash and beat up on black women whatsoever. That's not what we're gonna do. That's not how I get down. Clearly, I'm holding my daughter, who is one day gonna grow up to be a black woman. And the last thing I'm gonna do is sit up here and say that, all black women are horrible and whoopty whoop. Like that's not the energy that I'm putting out. People have to be held accountable. And that's just a certain group, bro. One group doesn't define. Let me see. So a lot of people, they're nowhere to be found. But it's all good. We can read the DMs. So earlier I had a lady ask me, let me see, what did she say? Um, what do you say about men that always say they don't care about how many businesses and degrees a woman has? I've heard a lot of men say that. How do you feel about that statement? So how I feel about that statement, and which I did definitely explain, is that if a man says that he doesn't care about her degrees or the businesses and all of that stuff, usually what that means is the man understands that whatever a woman makes with her money, that's her money. Like it doesn't matter how much money that woman makes. It doesn't matter if she's a millionaire or a billionaire. If y'all sit down, that woman is still going to expect you to pay. So no, typically men don't care about, a woman's degrees or what a woman's career is because at the end of the day, he's still going to be the one that's expected to pay. She's going to be expecting him more than likely to move into her house. I mean, his house. The expectation is still the man is supposed to be the provider. So it's like, that group of women, right? Rich, why is that? Good point. Men are generally not impressed with her degrees or how much she make. Why is that? If a woman told you that she had X amount of money and did XYZ at a major law firm, why wouldn't you care about that? And let me put some parameters about it because around it because typically when a man says that he doesn't care, it's not that he's saying that what you do isn't important or it doesn't matter or he doesn't support you or he doesn't believe in you. That's not what he means when he says he doesn't care. He mentioned it. Exactly. It's because he knows no matter how much money you make or what you do, what I'm saying? Ultimately, at the end of the day, he is still going to be expected to pay the bills. He's still going to be expected to change the tire. He's still going to be expected to, what I'm saying, take care of all of the major responsibilities. So men understanding that implicitly, they don't care. You know, Men are hardwired to be providers. That's correct. So ultimately, baby girl, that's cool. I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you have XYZ career. That's what's up. You know, but I understand that what you got and what you do, you know, that's yours. Let me tell y'all something. And I think I've said this before, so it's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? Typically, I pay all the bills. My wife, she has a nice career. She does what she does, and what she makes with her money is her money. I say, hey, put something in savings. That way, if something happens, we straight. Just put that amount away, and then whatever you do with the rest of your money, that's your money. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? As long as we get the savings and it hits consistently, the rest of your money, that's your money. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of all of the heavy lifting. I'll worry about the bills. You just do what you do, you know? And granted, our situation changed a little bit, so it's a little different. But, even though the situation has changed slightly, I'm the one that has all of the information for the bills. I'm the one that knows the dates. I'm the one that makes sure that everything gets paid on time and that we have lights and we have XYZ. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, I just hate that right now where we are in the world, everything is just so focused on money. It's like you look on Instagram or you look on TikTok and you just have this woman sitting on the side of the road when they do these little random interviews. And, you know, she's saying that she needs, and I think we talked about this before. She's saying that she needs a man that makes six figures. Otherwise, she don't want nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? And she's probably discounting the man that actually wants her because the man that has six figures may not want her because she doesn't have her stuff together, but she's coming around trying to be a freeloader. Meanwhile, there's a man that makes just as much as she makes, and she won't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't make $100,000, which is crazy. The issue is everybody has these champagne. What do they say? Champagne taste with Coca-Cola budgets. You know what I'm saying? You can't, like, bro, men are not scared of strong black women. A lot of men encourage these women. And let me tell y'all something, man. It's crazy because I'm just thinking, we got my girl Sweet Juicy's Athleisure Life in the building. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, man. We just talking about this strong black woman thing, man. And, um, I would lie to her and tell her I make burgers at Burger King. And it's crazy, man, because now, the game is so crazy right now. Literally on YouTube, there's people blowing up doing these stupid what's it called? Gold digger challenge. Where, what I'm saying, the guy will just walk up to a random woman and talk to her. And what I'm saying, usually she'll dismiss him for whatever the case may be, and then he'll crank up the car, which is typically a rental. He'll crank up the car, and then all of a sudden, the woman wants to talk to him and give him attention and want to go shopping and whatnot. It's like we have played around so much on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and we've created this narrative so much so that the youth have soaked up this information, and now they feel like they can only talk to a man if he has money or he drives a nice car, if he's gonna take them shopping. And it's like, bro, like there's more to relationships than finances. Now, don't get it wrong. Finances are very important. You don't want to talk to somebody that doesn't know how to handle adult responsibilities because then you're just dating a liability. So I get it. Obviously, you want somebody that can protect and provide and, what I'm saying, is smart with resources. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't like a man initially, but then all of a sudden when you see his car, you like him, that's predatory, bro. We gotta call it what it is. That is predatory. So on the flip side, you got that going on. And then you have the women that, and I'm gonna go back to them. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hopefully, I know a couple people that my subscribers are boss babe. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women out here are working hard. They're grabbing all of these degrees. They're snatching up all of this information. But, and then when they get up there, they find that men don't want them because of their attitude, not because of their degrees or their success, but their attitude. And people like to act like it's this big mystery or, it's confusing. No, it's the attitude. He don't care about your degree. We already talked about that. He don't care about your degrees, and not in a it doesn't matter type of way. He doesn't care about your degrees because ultimately he knows it doesn't affect him. But, you know, moving on, it's like they get up there and they get all this money and all of this wealth, and they develop the attitude and they wonder why no man wants them. But then, what I'm saying, they turn around and they look down on the men that would be interested in them. So this same lady, Ebony K. Williams, again, a couple months ago, she went viral because she said she wouldn't date a bus driver. It's like, ma'am, if the men that you want don't want you, but the man that does want you don't want him because of his occupation. It's like, what are we doing? Like, bro. This man likes you. He can take care of you to a certain degree. Now, obviously, you make more money than him, but it's like you don't know his situation because whether we like to admit it or not, there's a lot of obstacles stacked up against black men for the most part. And a lot of it is our fault. Well, no, I can't even do that. A lot of it is the fault of the media and what we choose to listen to, which isn't controlled by us because, I'm gonna keep it 100. Rap music isn't the best music, you know what I'm saying? And the reason it's not is because you have a lot of people that just refuse to grow up. You have a lot of people in their 40s that are still acting like they're 20 and they're in their teens and they're not bestowing information. They're not giving positive information. They're not elevating people. They're not giving, real life situations. All they're doing is talking about the same things that the kids are talking about. So, music is a transfer of energy. You listen to certain songs, you get happy. You listen to certain songs, you get sad. You listen to certain songs, you want to party, you want to dance. Music is a transfer of energy, bro. And so if you sitting up here listening to a grown man talking about, what I'm saying, stuff that a 15-year-old is talking about, whether you want to admit it or not, it has an effect on you, whether it's conscious or subconscious. And I can tell it has an effect on people because basically, if you look at how somebody dresses, you can almost pretty much predict who they listen to. You know what I'm saying? That's why I dress. Somebody last night was like, "Oh, you have such a unique style." It's because I wear a bunch of different stuff because I don't even really listen to music like that no more. Like, for the most part, I listen to jazz. I've been listening to classical music and I've been listening to audiobooks. Now, lately, I've been listening to a little bit of rap, just like a spoonful. But you know what I'm saying? It's like you 40 years old and you still rapping about being in the club. You still rapping about strippers. Bro, you a granddad, dog. Like, your kids have kids right now, and you sitting here, you know what I'm saying? You gonna keep right on and you gonna be in the club with your grandkids. And it's like you the elder, bro. Like, we have this problem in the black community, and I'm gonna just have to go ahead on and out and say it. It's like we do not want to grow up. For whatever reason, we just act like getting old is just the worst thing in the world. Fact. Let me catch up on the comments. That's real, real. Yeah, man. Mhm. Talking about fat gold chains and big thick rings at 40 years old. Your baby is cute. Looks like you. Thank you so much. Her behind needs to go to bed. Like, but that's cool. She gonna get this game. Yeah, man. It's like we don't have elders anymore because the elders want to be the kids. And the kids, they want to be the elders, but the elders that they look up to are copying them. Like, it is so backwards right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember my granddad used to take pride in the fact that he didn't go out, that he didn't drink. You know what I'm saying? It's like he used to laugh at older people that used to drink, bro. Like, and it's so crazy. Like, I thought my granddad was just corny because it's like everybody that go out, it looked like they having fun, and you know what I'm saying? They're enjoying life. It wasn't until I got older I realized that he had his fun already. So he was very content sitting at the crib, not drinking, not smoking, just living life, man, enjoying his grandkids. You know what I'm saying? It's like now a lot of grandparents don't even want to keep their grandkids because they trying to compete for the same men. Like, again, it's just a mess. It's a train wreck. Like, Ebony K. Williams, this 40-year-old woman, you know what I'm saying? She's probably competing with the same men as a woman that's 20. And unfortunately, Ebony K. Williams is gonna lose every time because even though she looked good for her age, ultimately she's still 40 and she probably has a horrible attitude because she's a lawyer and she thinks she knows everything. So no, boo. Of course men aren't gonna want to date you. It's just that's just how it's set up, man, unfortunately. And it's the same with men. A lot of men are sitting here trying to compete with the young men for the young women. And it's messed up because if the older man has his money together, you know, he's gonna win. But then you're poisoning that woman. It's like we sit up here and we talk about how we care about the community and how we're gonna, what I'm saying, fix these generational curses and how we're gonna change and do this and that and that. But it's like we don't even fix each other, bro. Like you know, we all as men and women, we have to work together and we have to deal with each other. And we have to be patient and we have to fix our issues because, you know, men have problems that they're dealing with. And a lot of men don't feel like they can talk to their women because they feel like they're going to use it against them. And then women have problems. Women feel like, you know, the men out here aren't taking them seriously. And the men out here don't, you know what I'm saying, hold them to a certain standard the way that men used to. But it's like when you put yourself out there a certain way, you get a certain type of caliber of man. And that's just it's like we don't even deal with reality anymore. She will become she's 40. Like what are we calling old? Yeah, like what are we calling? No offense, but bro, I'm 32. I'm not young. You know what I'm saying? Like at what age are we calling old, bro? 40 ain't young. She ain't gonna become hey, bruh. The average lifespan of black people is 65, if I'm not mistaken. For women, it might be like 68 or 70, but for men, it's about 60. It's 60s. She's 40. She's not gonna become old and lonely. She is old and lonely. Like again, and that just fits what I'm saying, bro. Like we don't like to admit that we're getting old. This woman is 40 and she can't find a man. You're wise beyond your years. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been through a lot, bro. I've been through a lot, man. It's just experience. Life will grow your ass up fast as hell. You live long enough and you go through stuff, you'll grow up real quick. So yeah, man, it's like, bro, we out here living in the twilight zone, man. It's like nobody wants to get old, nobody wants to act their age, everybody wants to try to be young. And it's like, bro, everything has his perks. You know, when you're young, you have energy, but you don't have knowledge. So when you're young, you can run around and do a bunch of stupid stuff and learn because you have energy. When you're old, if you played the game right, you have wisdom because while you were running around, you were learning. And so now that you're older, you know not to make the same stupid mistakes because you don't have the energy anymore, but you have the knowledge. So you know, I'm not going to do that. I could do that, but if I do that, I'm going to use a bunch of energy and then I'm going to be tired. Um, Bro, I definitely encourage everybody to watch this interview that Monique did with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp has really found a cool lane for himself right now. He's in his bag interviewing comedians because, bro, these comedians have been dropping a whole lot of game. Like Monique was talking about her relationship with her husband, man. And you joining in, baby? You joining in, baby? You joining in? Yeah, that's right. So yeah, man. Monique was just talking about her husband, and she was just talking about, you know, her relationship has basically been the thing that grew her up because, you know, she had a lot of trauma and she had a lot of issues. And it was a black man that loved her and invested in her and, you know what I'm saying, taught her about herself and put her in position. And the thing is, what you call it? Monique had the money. Monique is famous. We don't know her husband. We know Monique. But she was like, yo, he was the man. No matter what, he was the man. And he put me in my place and he didn't say a word. Like, I'm old enough to remember the Parkers. I'm old enough to remember the Queens of Comedy when I wasn't supposed to watch it, bro. Like Monique was a firecracker, dog. But when you hear her talk about her man, bro, like her face lights up. Her whole energy just changes. She gets soft, bro. Like, let me see. Yes, sir. You talking real, full transparency. I'm one of the old ones that don't want to act it. You calling me out, bro? There's nothing wrong. There's a difference between having young energy. Let me say, I don't. There's a difference between having young energy and being young spirited and knowing your age and legitimately just wanting to be young. You know what I'm saying? I've seen your content. I don't think that you know what I'm saying, you don't want to act old. There's nothing wrong with that. You're mature. You know what I'm saying? You don't act like a child. You have young energy, but you still are a very wise person, Sweet Juicy. Like I've seen your content. I watched your stuff. You don't act like a child. That's so let me clarify. When I say acting young, I mean people that don't want to grow up and they act like children. I'm not talking about people that have young energy. I'm not talking about older people that are vibrant and they enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these grown ass niggas that are 40 years old, they're pushing 50, and they are trying to chase the same women that the 20-year-olds are doing. And again, it's killing the game. Like a lot of let me tell y'all something. A lot of young black men would get married way sooner than they do if they didn't have to compete with the old nigga that's established and they're dating younger women because they have money now and they have resources. It's like a conveyor belt, a conveyor belt. You know, the conveyor belt, it pushes product down. It pushes product down. If you ever worked at a plant, then you know exactly how a conveyor belt works. You know what I'm saying? It drives, it drives, it drives. The product comes, one person takes the product and then they put a piece on it. Then the next person comes and they add a different piece on it. Like a car, you know, one person adds the wheels, one person adds the doors, one person adds the door handles, but if one person slows down the pipeline, if one person doesn't put on the wheel, they literally sometimes they have to stop the whole conveyor belt because the person that didn't put on the wheel means that the person that comes after them that puts on the door, he can't put on the door. If you can't put on the door, then the person can't put on the door handle. And then you have a defective car. That's literally what it's like to be black dating right now. Because the old niggas don't want to date people in their age group. You know what I'm saying? The old people don't want to pair with the old people. The old men want to chase the young women because, you know what I'm saying, they're younger, they're naive, and they know that they have money and they can just be a sugar daddy and they can just throw money at them because all the women care about is money, not, you know what I'm saying, connections, not relationships, compatibility, the money. You know, everybody's focused on the money. So the old guys are throwing the money at the young women, ruining them for the people in their age bracket. You know what I'm saying? So now the 20-year-old, what does he have to do? He can't date a woman that's older than him because cougars don't take young boys serious. Whenever you see a cougar and a young, sweet juicy, I hope I ain't talking about you with this one. But when you see cougars with young men, typically they don't take them serious. It's like a little boy toy situation. You know, they don't want to deal with men in their ages. You know what I'm saying? They want to deal with the young boy that they can have their way with, and that's how you get a Jada Pinkett Smith and what's the boy name? August Alsina. Because it's like, you know, I'm just gonna have this young boy toy that I can just use and abuse and run around with. And that's what it's gonna be because I can have my way. I can be the boss babe to the 20-year-old because he's 20. I can have fun. What's he gonna tell me? He's 20. He doesn't know anything. I can just manipulate him. I can take advantage of him. I can do whatever I want because he's 20. You know what I'm saying? So you end up with that dynamic, and then, you know, I'm not even gonna sit here and I gotta put some of the blame on the younger guys too, because we get a lot of bad advice. Like I look back on my youth, knowing what I know now at 32, if I could go back, bro, I would have got married in college, dog. Like I would have found a good woman and I would have settled down in college because I would have saved a whole lot of wasted time. I would have saved a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, just just wasted time. It was useless time. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I wouldn't go back and change it because I met my wife after college and I love my wife to death. So, you know, it worked out the way that it was supposed to. But it's like, you know, had I met my wife younger, you know, we could have built together sooner. We could have grown together sooner. We could have had more years of our life together, you know what I'm saying? Rather than just wasting time. And granted, I wouldn't call it a waste of time because you get lessons and you get experience, but ultimately it's like building a sandcastle. It may look pretty, it may be nice, it may be fun in the moment, but you know, once it's gone, it's gone. You're gonna have to start over and you're gonna have to build another sandcastle all over again. Let me see. No, I like my age and older. Young guys holler at me, but I'm just not interested. I have friend girls my age that prefer younger men. I prefer older but young at heart. Not old foggy. I hear you. I hear you. I hear that, man. But yeah, it's like, we've been given bad advice for so long. Horrible advice. And, nobody stops and questions the advice and wonders whether it's good or bad. We just follow the advice because it's advice. It's like, just because it's advice and just because that's what your parents say doesn't always mean that it's good. Like, we've been given bad information. Like, just, even college, bro. Like, I'm a veer back because, the other part of the title is Black Excellence. And here's the thing, y'all. Like, I think personally, and where this is coming from, and I'm gonna tie it all together. I'm gonna connect it. But earlier I was watching a video, and this guy was talking about black excellence, and basically saying that black excellence should be more than just people that just graduated or something being attached to financial success. Black excellence is just black people, you know. Y'all know what it is when y'all see black excellence, man. Usually it's a rapper or somebody that just did something, or it's one of the LLC people that just started a business or something, and they're saying that it's black excellence. But I don't even like the term black excellence, bro. I just think that black people can be excellent. You watched it too? Nice, nice, nice. You know what I'm saying? Here's my thing, man. Like, I don't believe in black excellence. I believe that there are excellent people. Like, if you're excellent, you're excellent. It doesn't matter whether you're black or not. Like, when you say black excellence, it creates this narrative, bro. Like, I don't want to be black excellence. I want to be excellent. Now, yes, I am a black person. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I'm too good to sound black. No, I'm a nigga. Like, my parents are from the country. My grandparents are from the country. I am blackety black, 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 black. That's not what I'm saying. Excellence is excellence, bro. I don't want to be black excellence. I want to be the best, period. I want to be better than everybody. I want to be better than the Asians. I want to be better than the Latino. I want to be the best, bro. Like, and I think when we put black excellence on things, we put ourselves in different categories when honestly we need to be competing with everybody because everybody else competes with us. And I know we have a lot of people. Hey, let me see. We got Sweet Tea in the building. What's going on, Sweet Tea? Mud Talk Radio. We got my guy Coach T in the building. Shout out to Coach T, man. He just hit 1,000 subscribers. I want to say about 2 weeks ago. Um, Either way, shout out to Coach T, man. I got to catch up on the latest videos. I think I'm a couple behind, if I'm not mistaken. I think the last one I saw was the Dunks video. So I got some catching up to do, but I've been having the kids a lot more than usual, so it's a little tricky to try to catch all of my favorite content creators. That's right, that's right. But yeah, man, we had this idea as if black excellence is just this magical thing, just like even black girl magic. It's like we tell ourselves these little fancy little phrases and stuff that don't mean anything. Like, what is black girl magic, bruh? Like, what is black excellence? Excellence is excellence. It doesn't matter what color you are. And again, I'm not one of those people that's going to sit here and act like I'm not black or that being black doesn't matter. Nah. But what I'm saying is, we don't just need to compete with black people. It shouldn't just be black excellence. Because if you want to go there, we don't own no grocery store chains. We don't own no, what I'm saying? We don't own no big major, like, we don't own any major industries. We don't have no big car companies. We don't have no big hospital chains. We don't have no big food processing plants. Like, if we want to talk about black excellence, then we need to talk about that. And since it's Black History Month, you know what I'm saying? We got to talk about when black excellence was real, which was when we had our own stuff, we controlled it, and we were competing. And we get so wrapped up on these other little things that don't matter. What we need to be focusing on is building our own. And let me tell y'all something. It's not wrong for black people to own stuff. Just the other day, I was picking at my guy Rich. You know what I'm saying? Because we were talking about race, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm at a Compare grocery store, and I believe Compare is owned by the Dominicans. It's like, how come the Dominicans can have their own grocery store chains and it's not an issue? It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not divisive for them to have their own stuff. You know, here in Charlotte, there's an Indian Whole Food, not an Indian Whole Food, but there's a Patel Brothers grocery store chain. You know, how come there can be a Patel Brothers grocery store chain, but there can't be a black grocery store chain? Why is it divisive for black people to have a grocery store chain, but it's not divisive when the Indians have a grocery store chain or the Chinese people have their own chains? It's not divisive. The only time you hear stuff being divisive is when we say we want our own stuff. Mhm. We used to until integration. Right. Integration, you know, the gender wars, which is a byproduct of feminism, which, you know, all of these things it took a toll on us to where, you know, we lost sight of the power of working together for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And it ties back, I'm gonna bridge the gap because, you know, we're still talking about the strong black women. You know, the strong black woman can't find a strong black man and work together and build together. What's wrong with, oh, you got money, I got money too, let's put our money together and let's pool our resources and let's build. I don't care about your education. I don't care. How can we work together? You know what I'm saying? What can we do to put our children in a better financial situation? What can we do to make the next generation easier? You know, it sometimes I get so frustrated when I look and I see that we are making the same mistakes that our parents and our grandparents made. It's like, bro, why are we not changing information? Why are we not telling each other, like, yo, this is what I did. I decided that I was gonna wait until I was 50 to finally bow down and find a man. And I only got about 5 years or 6 years left of my life. If I knew what I knew now, I would have did this. Like I said earlier, bro, knowing what I know now at 32, I would have got married way sooner because I would have been way more focused. My mindset would have been totally different. And, you know, life would have been different because I would have had something to come home to. I would have had, you know what I'm saying, structure. I would have had organization. And I'm not saying that my wife gives me structure. I'm saying that as somebody with principles and somebody with responsibility, I understand that I have to be home and I have to make sure that I'm holding up my end of the bargain so that I can be the best person that I can be and my wife can be the best person that she needs to be. A relationship is supposed to be a partnership. It's supposed to be symbiotic. It's supposed to be give and give. But, you know, we've gotten to the point now where it's take, 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 take to where people don't even trust anymore because they're just expecting to have somebody take something from them and not give. And bro, we not gonna make it like that. And I didn't even mean to get on that soapbox. I kind of went there, man. But I get passionate about that, man, because it's like everybody talks about the community and how we need to change and how we need to uplift. Community start with families, bro. Community start with relationships. People get married and then they have kids, and then their neighbor gets married and they have kids, and they say, "Hey, this is what I believe. This is what I feel. This is how I'm gonna raise my kids. Do you agree with that? Is that how you're gonna raise your kids? Yes. Okay, then we're gonna cooperate and we're gonna work together." And that's how communities get started. It's like people lose sight of the basics. You put one foot in front of the other, and then next thing you know, you're walking. But everybody's so focused on all of this other stuff that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean nothing, and we waste time, y'all. Appreciate your conversation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like we don't have this conversation enough because we talking about all this stupid stuff. Like, oh, he got money. He don't like women that are smart. Like, it sounds stupid. It sounds stupid. We need to have these conversations way more often. We need to, you know what I'm saying? We have to get involved and we have to start talking about mature stuff. And I know it's scary. I know a lot of people don't want to grow up. I get it. I get it. But you know what I'm saying? If we don't grow up and we don't step into our roles as the leaders of what's coming, then what happens to the people that come behind us, bro? Like, they're looking to us to give them guidance and give them motivation. If we don't get them that, then what are we doing? That's why, you know what I'm saying? I always say as content creators, we have a responsibility. We have, you know what I'm saying, an obligation to the youth. We have things that we have to do in order for them, you know what I'm saying, to be able to grow and not make the same mistakes that we made. Like, bro, sometimes you got to be honest. You got to tell somebody, hey, you don't need to do that because I did that. And when I did it, this is what happened to me. Now, something different. All right, baby. All right, baby. What's the matter? It is way past your bedtime, girl. That's part of the problem. But you know what I'm saying? It's, are you hungry? Are you hungry? Y'all, she is sitting here laughing. Let me see if I can show y'all her. She is laughing, bro. She just want to be in the conversation. That's all. She has a habit. But when I get loud and passionate, then she feel like she got to get loud and passionate too. I don't know why she do that, but yeah, that's literally what's going on. Because as soon as I bring my voice down, she calms down. Yeah, yeah. But anyways, man, we have an obligation, and I'm gonna even go a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? If you look at slaves, bro, you think about slaves. It's Black History Month. So if you think about slaves, dog, the last slaves when they were freed, you know what I'm saying? What did they always say that the next generation needed? If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? All they talked about was education. They didn't say school. They said education. They said education. They said that we wanted. I read a lot of slave narratives. Like usually every February, what I'll do is I go down and I read a bunch of Black authors. I decided I'm not going to do that this year because every year I end up getting upset. So I said this year I'm gonna chill. I'm not going to do it. But I've read a lot of slave narratives, and usually all they talk about, the primary focus is making sure that the next generation doesn't go through what they went through. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to do it, but if you go on YouTube, you can hear you can hear slaves talk. Like I know in the 1920s, the American government went out their way to record the last living slaves, and they have video, you know what I'm saying, and they have audio recording of these people talking, and you should hear how much they put into talking about education because they understood that if we had education and we had each other, we could figure stuff out, bro. But you know, we don't even talk about education no more. We don't talk about, you know, again, because nobody wants to be old. Nobody wants to grow up. Nobody wants to admit when they're wrong. Nobody wants to admit when they lost. Nobody wants to admit when they're hurting. So everybody's running around like they're superheroes. And the kids are watching this and they're thinking that they're invincible. And they're making stupid mistakes that could have easily been avoided because nobody wants to tell them the truth. So I don't know, man. I hope it's translating. I hope y'all hear me, man. I hope I'm clicking. I hope I'm clicking, man. Y'all let me know. Am I ranting or am I making sense? Like I hope I'm making sense because I'm saying a lot, but you know, it goes somewhere. It's so much deeper than you know what I'm saying, being a strong Black woman or a strong Black man. Because if you really want to talk about strength, I don't know any Black woman that's stronger than a slave. Like, bro, let's be honest. As a slave, you know what I'm saying? You had Black women that were raped. You had Black women that were beaten. You had Black women that had their kids taken away from them. You had Black women that had their families taken away from them, not just their kids, but their parents. You had Black women who had their husbands taken away from them, their innocence taken away from them. Bruh, there is no such thing as a stronger Black woman than a slave. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm being literal. Like, there is nothing stronger than a slave Black woman, bro, because they went through so much and they still got up every morning and they did what they had to do because that's all they knew. That's all they knew. And guess what? They still had little shotgun weddings. They still jumped the broom. They still figured out how to have a Black man. Think about the movie Django Unchained. Like, granted, it's a fiction, but at the same time, look at what Django went through to get his black woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did we miss that? Like, how did we get here, bro? To where we don't value each other anymore. You know, like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I just really don't understand it. Like, because you're educated, you're strong black woman. Like, bro. And again, there's only one group that acts that way. So it's like, man, we got to figure this stuff out, man. And like I said, again, I don't even like talking about relationships. I don't like talking about dating. I feel like the topic is beaten with a dead horse, and the people that come to the conversation come with bad faith. They're not being honest. They're not being genuine. People are just saying stuff to go viral and saying stuff for attention, and it's just destroying the minds of the youth, and it's perpetuating problems that we could have been resolved and we could have been moved past. You're talking real good, spitting facts. You're right about that in regards to slaves. Ooh, we. Mhm. What would an ex-slave woman think of a female lawyer? I ain't gonna lie. At first, that slave woman would probably be happy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, you were able to do something that I never had the opportunity to do. I never had the option to become a lawyer. I never knew what a lawyer. Like, you got to remember, bro. Most slaves couldn't read. Like, they did not have the right to read a book. So, you know what I'm saying? She probably wouldn't even know what a lawyer is. It would be like, oh, that's good, baby. Where your husband at? What your kids doing? Like, like, bro, that's cool. That's cute. You a lawyer, nice. You know, are you helping black family? Like, bro, again, this concept of being a strong bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We got my girl Nikki P in the building, man. Make sure y'all check out Nikki P vlogs, man. Let me tell y'all. Nikki P, she it's crazy. Her YouTube channel inspires me so much because it's a woman in Chicago, her and her family, and they just do really cool stuff, man. They go fishing all the time. You know what I'm saying? They do little cool everyday stuff, but she puts a nice twist on it, man. And really why I like her channel so much is because what I'm saying? They live in Chicago. And if you turn on the news, all you hear is negative, fucked up things about Chicago. But what I'm saying? There's regular, normal people that live in Chicago and they do cool things. And that's really what I enjoy about her channel. And honestly, man, I feel like the most pro black thing you could do is have a family and take care of your family. Like, what's more revolutionary than, what I'm saying, taking care of your family, bro? Just doing right by your people, man. That's how you fight, what I'm saying, these generational curses. And that's how you do all of this stuff that people talk about. Bro, you take care of your family, man. And, like I said, I really enjoy watching Nikki's vlogs, man. Her and Jabril. Man, it's really a beautiful thing, man. And her man. And like I said, they just do cool stuff, man. They go fishing, they go sightseeing and trying out new locations and eating cool food, even though she don't show the food all the time. And I be trying to see what the food look like, but it's really cool, man. Y'all should definitely check her out. As a matter of fact, um, Nikki, put your link in here, or I can do it. We definitely gotta support each other, man. We have some real heavy hitters in here tonight, man. So content creators in here that make really good stuff and they talk about really good things every day, man. So if you're a content creator, man, shout out to y'all. I mean, I know how hard it is to sit up here and find stuff to talk about all the time and what I'm saying, be entertaining and edit a video and upload and the whole nine, man. Shout out to everybody, bro. Let me see. Nikki, I'm gonna drop your link. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go through and drop everybody link, man. I'll make sure y'all subscribe. Bro. Hmm. See, Nikki just dropped the video. My guy Rich was on earlier. I'm gonna drop his link. Make sure everybody keep in touch, man. Entire whole narrative. Girl, you need to go to sleep. Yo, this is crazy. There you go. Um, that's Nikki P right there. I'm gonna drop Sweet Juicy up in here too, so y'all can follow her. Let me see. That's Nikki right there. That's her latest video. Drop my girl Sweet Juicy off in here. The athleisure. She is, man. And she has so much to say. She is way more talkative than me. But she's and everybody else be trying to figure it out. Lucy's latest video, she is currently at. We ain't even shooting for. That's Sweet Juicy right there. I'm gonna get my boy Rich in here. Let me see. GT. Uh, mm, Girl, you gotta go to sleep. You gotta go to sleep. All right. So here go my guy Rich right here. I'm gonna drop his video. Man, shout out to my guy Slim Jim. We need to get Rich to 500. He's at 141 right now. We gotta get. Hey, we got my guy Matt in the building, man. Shout out to my guy Matt, man. Matt is easily by far one of the. Oh no, Matt is easily one of the most positive brothers that I know, man. Let me see. Did I get? Gonna get Rich in here too. Yeah, man. Baby girl is active tonight, man. She is active. All right, there we go. Let me see. That's Rich. Who else we got in here? Superfly was in here earlier. My girl, Sweet Tea. But yeah, man, definitely. I encourage everybody, man. If y'all haven't seen that Monique interview with Uncle Shay, man, y'all definitely want to check that out. Like, just the love and reverence and respect she has for her husband, man, is beautiful. And the thing about that, even that, bro, like it's so bad now. People get uncomfortable because of the relationship that Monique has with her husband. And it's like we don't even like to see each other happy, man. Like it's crazy. Let me see. I'm gonna probably show y'all this clip, man. Hey, man. You know, each one reach one, my guy. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do it. So yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this clip real quick. It big because she really needs to go to sleep. It's like almost 11 o'clock. It's crazy, craziness. Let Let me see. I should be able to show a couple seconds without getting this copyright. Let me see. Girl, you making all this noise on the microphone? Share screen. Let me see. We don't want to hear that. I guess we gotta go through the ad. All right, here we go. Come on now.
Is
What's going on?
black woman saying, not on my watch. And you hear some black men saying, why
Let me run it back.
a black man
Come on.
stand
Come on
with
now.
his black woman? So when you hear black women saying we're the most undervalued, disrespected, underserved, mistreated, violated, exploited, we get all of that. Then you see a black man stand
Um, so basically what Monique was saying, because black women are always talking about how you black women are mistreated. You know what I'm saying? When you have a black man that is standing beside his black woman, they ask, well, why is he there? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like people are so used to seeing us, divided and arguing and going through the gender wars and everything, that when you see a black man standing beside his black woman, confidently standing up on his own 2 feet, not bowing his head and being subservient, a lot of people, get uncomfortable with that. And I think that we need to bring that back, man. Like we need to be stepping up and we need to be supporting our women. Um, I we need to get back to the basics, man. Sometimes you get to a point where people are so focused on, you know, so when I was young, I used to try to play basketball and I was horrible. I was horrible. And the reason I was horrible at basketball, number one, because I didn't really have balance like that. But number two, instead of trying to focus on the basics and the fundamentals, I wanted to wear cool outfits and I wanted to, try to do crossovers. And I wanted to focus on, being like Allen Iverson. But I never learned the basics. I never learned how to dribble with my left hand. I never learned how to do a basic crossover, which is taking the ball from your left hand and moving it to your right and back and forth. I never learned how to dribble. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you don't learn the basics, you can't get into the advanced stuff. And it's like right now where we are as a people, we don't even do the basics good right now. So we don't need to be trying to focus on, being all these extra stuff and doing all these extra things that don't benefit us. We need to get back to focusing on the basics. We need to get back to focusing on, learning how to cook. And I think the other night I was saying, we need to get back to learning how to lay bricks. We need to get back to learning how to build houses. We really need to get back to trades. We need to get back to plumbing. We need to get back to the basics. You know, there's a vacuum right now because a lot of people are so focused on being lawyers and doctors and rappers and entertainers and focusing on all this extravagant stuff, that there's a vacuum for people who are willing to get down and dirty and learn the basics. Like it's a gold mine. So, I'm gonna close out this video by saying, in order for us to move forward, we got to get back to focusing on the basics. Let's focus on being better to each other, not just man and woman, but person to person. Let's, what I'm saying, treat our people better. Let's treat everybody better. Let's focus on, you know, man. Hey, listen, what you talking about? She promotes marriage. She was a modern city girl, but her husband gave her validity to become great wife woman. I love her interview. Her message is needed for the black community. Be like the Amish. Bro, I would hey. Hey, what you talking about, man? Listen. I would not be mad if black people decided to all just move into the woods and decide that we just going to start over and just build our own stuff and support each other, man. But the reality is, if we move to one centralized location, they probably just bomb us like they did in Philadelphia or Black Wall Street or whatever the case may be. So, I think that being self-sustaining isn't a bad thing. Having your own industries isn't a bad thing because everybody else can do it. And when everybody else does it, it's okay. It's not divisive. It's not, what I'm saying, un-American. It's not revolutionary. When the Mexican restaurant opens up in the street, it's not revolutionary. It's not spectacular. When you see a Mexican food truck, what I'm saying, it's not this extravagant thing. It's expected. It's common nature. It's okay, But when we open up a food truck or we do just or we open up a restaurant, then all of a sudden we become the poster child for black excellence and all this other stuff. Like it's not extravagant to own a business. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. It's not groundbreaking. It's not the end all be all. It should be normal. The fact that we glorify things that should be normal is the sign that there is a problem. For everybody else, it is what it is. Oh, you're taking over the family business? Cool. I'm taking over my family business too. We just gotta normalize, like I said, getting back to the basics, taking care of each other, treating each other right, what I'm saying? And just we gotta put certain stuff behind. We gotta let certain stuff go, man. If it didn't work for our parents and it didn't work for our grandparents, then it's not gonna work for us. And we need to stop wasting time trying it. But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy for an hour and 18 minutes. I really, really, really appreciate y'all. Y'all could be doing anything else with y'all time, especially on a big Thursday night, man. There's so many other things y'all could be doing, so many other channels we could be watching. But y'all are here with me in Yorktown, and I do not take that granted whatsoever. I truly, truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you, man. And I hope that you all have a great night. I hope that you all have a great morning. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm probably gonna go live in the middle of the day because I'm actually going to an event tomorrow night. I'm getting a break from the kids. My wife done had 2 breaks, and I done had the kids for like 4 nights in the past 2 weeks by myself. So I'm going out tomorrow night, y'all. So like I said, man, I appreciate y'all. Uh shout out to everybody and y'all have a good night, man. We're gonna do it again tomorrow.